Hey, it's BrickTsar. I'm losing my mind and I'm here to do another video. So today I'm going to show you this. Oh look, it's a head. It's not a brick head. It's a head helmet with no head attached. But yeah, I built this while watching one episode of The Closer. Actually, no, take it back. We watched two episodes. I had to stop in the middle of one and go pick up TheyMightBeBricks, who will hopefully have his truck back from the shop tomorrow, and he'll be back to driving his own vehicle. We've been having to give him a ride to work. But this is the Stormtrooper helmet, which it actually looks better than in person than I thought. At least from the pictures. For some reason, from the pictures, I didn't know what these the curved slopes. I didn't look at it that close. And it just, I don't know. It looked kind of dinky to me, but after I built it, I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. This is a pretty cool brickhead. I call it a brickhead again. Don't sue me. I mean, why would you sue me for saying something wrong? It's a helmet. I don't know what the series is called, but yeah, it's the Stormtrooper helmet. So it actually turned out pretty good. And when I was walking over here, you know, I was trying to think, what am I going to talk about in my video today for you? And then I saw the typewriter. You know, the typewriter's still sitting over here. And I realized I missed an opportunity, so I want to do this. All right, here I come. Noona, 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 noona. All right, so I did it. It's over. You don't have to see that again. All right, so the helmet collection has grown. I needed to do a video of the, I don't need to, but I want to do more of the space shuttle collection. So TheyMightBeBricks built the International Space Station. It actually came with a bent, one of the panels was bent, but I had them in my store. So instead of calling Lego and asking for the one part, I just got it out of my store. I'm lazy that way. So I feel like Forrest Gump when he was running back and forth across the country, and then he said, "I'm tired. I think I'm going to go home now." I'm already at home, but that's the way I feel. So I'm just going to tell you a quick story. This shirt is old. I started working at Winn Dixie in 1992, and I left in 1996 to go work full-time at Six Flags over Georgia. In all the while, I was always working at Six Flags, so this was from 92 to 96. This was Winn Dixie every day was my main job. And it says Winn Dixie Atlanta. I worked in the warehouse. So what I'm going to tell you is that in 1991, I finished college. I think it was like in the winter when I graduated, so like the end of 91. That whatever quarter ended at the end of 1991. That's when I just finished my I had like one class to do. I think I finished it. I graduated anyway, but I didn't. I was so burned out with school. I didn't go to ceremonies. Didn't do anything. I just smell it. Mail me my diploma. I don't care. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. It's a sad place to be in, that you go to school for 17 years, 12 plus 5, and then I was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do what I went to school for. I didn't want to be an electrical engineer. I actually did not finish the electrical engineering. I didn't have that many more classes to do for that part of my schooling, but I was just like, I don't want to work in an office. And so my buddy Mark, he worked at Winn Dixie, and I wanted to get a job that paid a little more, and I said, well, I can go do that. He said they hire all the time. I said, well, I can go do that. He thought it was great because it was the most money he ever made in his life, but I was like, I'll just go do it maybe do it for a little while just to pay the bills, and then I'll just try to decide what I really want to do. So I go there to Winn Dixie, and they almost didn't hire me. I actually had an interview, and I think I was overdressed for the interview because this was a warehouse job. And the guy that he did hire me, but he said, I almost didn't hire you because I didn't think you would do the work. Because he thought I was just like pretty boy or something, wouldn't do work. But I was like, no, I can work hard just like anybody else. So the job involved picking groceries that would be loaded onto trucks for the stores. And there were two different sections. There were people that picked the groceries and stacked them on pallets. And then there were the people that picked the groceries and threw it on the conveyor belt. And the conveyor belts were led, and there were little barcode stickers you had to put on the side of the box, and it would tell you where to go, or tell the box where to go, and then they'd go into the different trucks. And then you had people at the end of these conveyor belts just loading, stacking it. And I can imagine that must have been a pain to unload. I never went to a store, but they literally got a truck that would have 3 or 4 pallets in the back of the truck, and then the rest of the truck is just loaded with boxes that had been hand stacked. And then to unload it, they had to put one of those conveyor belt things in there and just put the boxes on and roll them out to the store. It was very inefficient. But I only worked there a couple of months, and I was already the fastest. And I should qualify. There were people that might have picked more, but I was accurate because sometimes they would pick the wrong product, and also they would break a lot of stuff. But I cleaned my aisle as I went, and I got very, very, very fast. And it's also why my back hurts today, because you're throwing stuff. So I got very, very fast at that. And then they decided to take the conveyor belt out. They said, okay, we're going to do everything palletized. That way it makes more sense actually. So we'll put it on the pallet, and then the stores can roll the pallets into the store and unload them that way. And that's what you see a lot of times when you go into Walmart. They got things on pallets. And well, the thing about the pallets, so you had all these people there were more people that did the conveyor belts than the pallets, because the pallets was for things you couldn't put on the conveyor belt, like dog food and canned Cokes. So now you got everybody picking on pallets. And these pallet jacks, you carry 2 pallets, and this is where Lego comes in. You had to stack it, and your pallet, if you stacked it properly, it would be a little less than 6 feet high. But sometimes their pallets would be like this high because their pallets their stacks would get smaller and smaller, or they would fall. And so to keep it from falling, you had your shrink wrap, and they would wrap the shrink wrap. They would pick a little bit, then wrap shrink wrap, pick some more and wrap shrink. I could pick my whole order usually without ever stopping to shrink wrap it, because I knew about interlocking the boxes because of being a Lego builder. So I'm interlocking and it seems like it's common sense, but as I'm picking the orders, I'm putting sturdier things in the back as well. And then also things that get crushed easy, saving those for the top. So sometimes it would involve rearranging things as you go, but you get kind of anticipating. You look at your order with all these stickers on it. You still had to put the stickers on, even though it wasn't fed by a conveyor belt. But I got very good at that. So I went from being very good at the conveyor belt to being very good at the pallet, and I was the best at that. And so the guy, the superintendent, he was like, how do you do this? And I'm like, I think it out. I think the process through. So I hadn't even been there 6 months, and they put me to training people. So mind you, I was training people that had been there for years. And I had just started. I was still new. I didn't even have my full benefits yet and all that, but it's like I was already training people. So it's the only job that somebody told me I was the best. And I'm not saying this to brag, because it's a warehouse job. But the point is, anything that you do, just do your best, and you'll be better. I've been teaching this to my son. So that Jacob is in that point where it's like he's trying to decide what he wants to do with his life. He's got a job that's teaching him a skill. He's learning carpentry. He's already progressed pretty well at that job, but it might not be what he wants to do full time, but I always tell them, I'm like, whatever you do, just do it well. Learn it. Treat it like, you know, you're doing something that you want to be proud of, and you'll stand out from other people. And so that's what helped me with this job, because the place was miserable. Winn Dixie was a miserable place to work. Didn't like the bosses, even the guy that gave me the compliment. I don't think they treated their people well. But I still, even though I didn't like how they were treating people, I still did my best when I went there. In fact, even when I quit, I gave them like 2 months notice. I said, I'm quitting in 2 months. I got this full-time thing I'm going to be doing, but I'll go ahead, and I know this is a busy time of year. I'll just keep, you know, helping out. And then in March, I'm leaving. They thought I was holding out to get a promotion. On the last day, my last day of work, they were like, so you're really leaving? I'm like, yeah, I'm really leaving. They're like, you know you can't come back. I'm like, I'm not coming back. I'm not going back to Winn Dixie. And he's like, no, seriously, you can't come back. I'm like, I don't have any desire to come back. I said I did my best while I was here. I'm not looking to get promoted. I want to go do something else. So then I went to Six Flags. So I went from like this miserable job to my dream job. I loved Six Flags Over Georgia. But with this, we got awards. Like they had different distribution centers. So I worked at the Atlanta Distribution Center. So whoever had the best as a crew would get an award. And so we got awards a few times, because we did have some good people that worked there. But I didn't like the practices of the business, of the company, and it's kind of funny that they went bankrupt 4 years after. I'm not sure of the timetable, but it's pretty quick. About 4 or 5 years or so after I left, Winn Dixie got in big trouble, went bankrupt. And I maintain this because they didn't treat their employees right. So the moral of the story, even if you don't like who you're working for, do your best at it until you can find something else that you want to do. And so I'm not the best YouTuber in the world. I do try my best. I do persist in making these videos. And I know sometimes I talk about things that aren't Lego related, but it doesn't matter. Because this is my channel. And I feel like, you know, like I was talking about my TheyMightBeBricks channel, I feel like I've been pushed into a mold by YouTube that I don't want to be, and so that's why I haven't been motivated to make videos over there. And I want to make videos now, and I'm going to try to figure out some things that I can do. But I'm going to keep my challenge for the year just until I run out of shirts. But I feel like I do need to kind of, because to prevent these rambling videos like this, which actually sometimes these turn out to be my favorite videos that I do, but I need to just like pace myself, just do videos as they come. And that's the way I would recommend it to you, is don't force the content. I feel like I've been forcing myself to do stuff just for a personal challenge. But I know it's not content that's going to be like recommended on YouTube or anything, but this is just for me. And I do enjoy the comments. Keep telling me why I put 02 on. I haven't got one that's just stuck with me, but the 02 shirt, I don't know why I picked 02, so you know, I want to find that out. And I think I am going to go back to doing some videos, because I do have some BrickTsar answer thingy questions that you guys have asked, and I need to answer those, so I need to do a video with that. So that may be coming up soon. I just need to pick a good day of the week, because I would like to do like other people do and just have it like once a week where you answer viewer questions and have it on a specific day. I just don't know what day would be the best for that. Maybe Friday. I don't know. The A-Full podcast uploads on every other Friday, so I got to figure out something. But yeah, I just thought I'd tell you the story about Winn Dixie and how I injured my back. Yeah, I still feel it. I still feel it back here, because you end up not having good posture doing the boxes. But Lego can help you in a lot of ways. So this was a manual labor job, and Lego helped me to be good at it, so that I got in a position where I didn't have to kill myself doing it. So yeah, Lego's beneficial for a lot of things. So you guys and gals out there that are collecting Lego and building your Lego sets. You're pretty smart people. If you haven't got the job you're looking for, just keep working hard and you'll find it. Because I have a good job now, so I'm thinking, every time I look at this shirt now, I'm thinking, you know, that time period in the early 90s. And then looking ahead to like retirement seems so, that was one of the most depressing things in 92 when I first started working there, and you're filling out the things for your 401k, and it's like, you'll be eligible for this full thing in 2032. And I'm like, oh, that seems so far away. That's like 40 years away. And I was like, oh, and now here I am, I'm counting down the days. I'm like 2,730 something days now. Oh, I should do a better thing of counting. I actually got a website that countdowns the days until I'm eligible for retirement. Doesn't mean I'll retire that day, but I was like, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. So, end of the road. And then it's like, I hope that I'll have everything organized down here in 7 years, where we can just come down here and chill and maybe have. I would like this basement to be set up where you can like tour it or do virtual tours, and it be organized instead of everything being in containers. I mean, this is the most. Let's see, this has even got bad. I got stuff just strewn around. I got to figure out something. Anyway, I'm going to go, and I'll be back tomorrow in a different shirt. Well, it might be a dress shirt. It could be a jacket. Could be a fleece. Could be coveralls. I don't know. Hopefully not a tank top. The beef people.